should have said that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Throughout my trip, I'm making videos of what's going on in my surroundings because I want to make sure that the voices in my head don't want to try to act like they were on the flight. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't care. They keep saying they're terrorists, and there are records involved, so I want them to layer my records with what they hear in these classified telepathy records, telepathy weapon records that are making me look schizophrenic and sound it, because I'm not denying that I hear voices in my head. As soon as I start recording, the voices in my head tend to get quieter. They'll say, "F you whore," they'll curse me out, they'll start, it's weird, okay? They're weirdos. I want them sentenced to death. The voices in my head don't sound, this isn't where I'm like out of my mind and it's like, oh, the voices in my head are chirping like birds, okay? They're not chirping like birds if I hear birds, okay? They're talking, and when they see me, or based, I guess, on my brain activity, which seems apparent to them through some means of a sophisticated weapon, okay? That when they see I'm happy, they'll start cussing me out, they'll start acting like there's a problem going on outside, they'll start belittling me, trying to break down my confidence. So it's not what you would imagine schizophrenics hear. It's deliberate. It is like screaming, like someone's in my head saying, "I'm a real fucking person. I'm a person. I'm sitting in a house using a telepathy weapon," and that is literally what they're saying. And they're saying they're Egyptian Americans in my head. Okay, and there are several of them talking. Men and women alike above the age of 20. Okay. They're telling me they've committed war crimes, crimes of aggression, acts of terrorism, money laundering, sex trafficking, human trafficking, drugging, raping, identity theft, fraud, property damage, every crime, defamation. Okay, I'm Egyptian American. I wouldn't want to say that about my own people. That's what's going on in my head. Some people think it's subliminal. I'm telling you, if it was schizophrenia, it should be in sync with what is going on with me. It sounds like people trying to manipulate records. Okay, and they're screaming as if there's no, like, they're screaming. There's something abnormal about what I'm hearing in my head. It is not like schizophrenia. It's not like, oh, you're boarding a plane. It's squishy in here. It's squishy in here. Which was, it was actually on my mind. Was like at the forefront walking into the plane. It's not like, ooh, I just saw yellow. You know, when you're looking at a yellow sign, you immediately identify colors and objects. Why aren't they, if it's, those things happen so quickly that the voices should be as in sync as I perceive what's around me. I can drive, I can put together an email. I know that the voices aren't anywhere in my environment. Like there's nobody here. Like no one has ever come at me or made me feel uncomfortable. It's just the voices in my head, and they keep saying they're terrorists. They keep saying they're terrorists. Okay, and they're trying to manipulate records. Honest to God, if there is such a weapon, and there are federal agents looking for these terrorists or looking through these records, I'm telling you, they're saying they're Egyptian American Muslims. Although I don't believe they're Muslim, I believe they're terrorists, but they're using religion, and like I said, they're responsible for war crimes. Religion can cause is it's an international, it's a global problem. That creates wars internationally. To make claims so huge against a particular faith is such a huge deal. They're terrorists, but they're just saying they're Muslim in my head. I want them sentenced to death. I want them sentenced to death. Do you hear me? On their birth certificate, because they're Egyptians, it says our religious faith. That is the only reason why they're identifying as such, okay? And they're using it to manipulate